Connections. I'm your host, Nicole Porter. One of my favorite love quotes is by Nicholas Sparks. He said, "Love is like the wind. You can't see it, but you can feel it." Cast members for season 1 includes George and Linda Danner, Stephanie and Kenel Sikar, Corinthian and McCoy Porter. Is missing Miss Terry-Ann Porter. However, her fiance is here. We know that marriage takes work. And today we have with us a couple that's been married for over 35 years. Mrs. Linda, what is your secret for making your marriage last a lifetime?
Well, over the years we developed a pattern that we follow. It's like an acronym, LAF. The L, I think, stands for love unconditionally. The A stands for agreement. You have to agree so that you can get things done and succeed. And then at last, the F is to forgive. You have to forgive regularly and often. When you put those three together, you can live together in peace, love, and harmony.
Wow. That sounds like a winning combination.
It's worked.
Yeah.
It's worked.
Stephanie, how did you successfully manage work-life balance?
Over the years, we've had to take turns on what works for him and what works for me. So we have a calendar that's combined, so we share a calendar on phones. So I'm pretty much like the event planner for the family. So if he has something over the years, he has to learn to put it on the calendar, or else he'll just have to take the boss for the family. Yes.
Love it. Okay. Mrs. Porter, how did you figure out household chores?
I'm from Jamaica. We were taught to serve our men, to cook, clean, wash, everything. But at the beginning, my husband laid that straight. He said, "Honey, you are my wife, not my maid." With that being said, everything is split evenly. If I'm cooking, he's washing. We take turns. We do groceries together sometimes. We do it separately. Who is on the road. We work together as a team. And we get stuff done. So at the end of the day, nobody's tired. Everybody just do their part and everybody's good.
I think that's so important what you just said, because in a society where we're so stuck in gender roles, for example, like you're a woman, so you should be in the kitchen, you cook. But I like what you said. It's like you guys have like a flow.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Nicole. I hope everyone is enjoying the reunion show. Listen, it brings me great joy to introduce to you the 3rd book from the Uncommon Single series, Boundaries in Dating. You can pre-order via Amazon. The ebook will be available July 18th. Thank you.
Welcome back to the reunion show of Gorilla. We're getting ready to go into our Girl Talk segment. And here we have the ladies. Ladies, I'm so glad to have you on this panel discussion.
Thank
Girls
you.
Talk. Let's talk relationships, because that seems to be very, very important, and that's one thing we all trying to master. Right? So when it comes to men and women, how can women set strong boundaries with men?
Well, as Christian women, is always good. And even if you're not a Christian,
Right.
allow that man to wait before you share your body with them. Because a lot of time, women will just, you meet some guy and they want to be with you, they want to, have sex and everything, and then they go. So if you allow those men to say, "Listen, no sex before marriage," or whatever, then if they can't wait, then bye. You could go. Because guess what? That's one less number you got to worry about.
Tell it. And when you say dating, a lot of people equate dating to having sex.
Exactly.
To just sex, and like, no, I'm trying to date with purpose and
Right.
date with some intentionality. So if you're not the one, keep it moving,
Keep
right?
it moving.
Because you want to get to know the person.
Yeah.
I mean, we cloud our relationships with all this physical contact, and we
Right.
don't need to.
Right.
Let's talk. Let's see what your hobbies are. See what you like. See what you enjoy, and we can get together on that level. We're smart women. We're
Right.
intellectually smart. We talk. We have hopes and dreams. So let's talk before we go. Let's not even think about the physical part. And I know men who like the physical. That's fine. But let's talk first and get
Right.
to know each other. Then we'll move step by step.
Exactly.
And you have to be able to set a standard and boundaries, because if you go in too strong, like she said earlier, then later on you don't get to determine how it's going to roll out. So that means just because we connected physically, so that means we're open to all and everything. And
Right.
that's not true. So now it's like the important stuff don't really get talked about anymore once you're connected sexually.
Right.
So it's like you skip over that part because now you're very emotionally attached.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly, because sex is the finish line. And if you give a guy sex too soon, then he'll be like, okay,
What's
that's it,
that?
I'm done.
Yeah,
It's too
so
easy. It's
yeah,
too
you
easy.
gotta
Never
It's
earned
too
it.
easy.
Right.
You never earned it. You never had to jump through hoops, you
Right.
know, and all these things. You never do anything. It was given to him so easily, you know. And I think that people just really need to stop thinking that sex is love.
Right.
Because sex is not love.
Exactly.
You know, if I think that women should make sure that they have an emotional connection and commitment
Right.
before they give their bodies, because
Yeah.
I mean, your body is your temple. It's sacred, and sex is sacred. So you don't just give stuff like that away like that. So, ladies, what's one dating myth that single women believe?
I would say when you go on your first date, you don't just assume that that guy's gonna be the right person. Just because he look good, he got the pecs, everything's situated out. But you have to really be keen to what he's saying to you, the nonverbal communication, what he's communicating to you.
Right.
Because if you're just going by physical aspect,
You gonna miss out?
you're gonna miss out. And again, don't come with your agenda and your list of what you think, because it is a journey. You're supposed to just learn that person throughout the dating
Right.
process. So if you got your cards and you're just laying them out, and then he may just feel like you're coming for him.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't want to just go on a physical aspect.
Never.
You want to listen to what he's saying, his intellectual part and his spiritual part. Where is that?
Yeah.
Because if you listen to that and you look at that, just not the physical aspect, you're gonna have a lot to work with.
True.
And then the pretense, I've been married a long time, so we look at couples dating, married, and there's so much pretense there.
Right.
Just cut the
Wow.
pretense. Be who you are.
Yes.
Authentic.
You know, it's like, who is this person? That's what I love so much about my husband. He was who he was when I met him.
From the
He
jump.
said, "This is who I am," and that helped me to be okay. This is who I am. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
pretend to be this perfect baby doll girl that you're looking for. This is me, and if you want me, then this is who I am. So cut the pretense, come for who you are, and then just relax and get to know each other, because the talking is fun. You learn so much about that person when you're talking,
Right.
riding together, doing all those things. You're learning the person, even on that first date.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
learning
Yeah.
who that person is. And that's what you want to do.
And ladies, please, after the first date, don't just assume that you're in a relationship with a guy. Like,
Oh my God.
just
Right,
take it
right.
easy.
Yeah.
Don't post this picture on Facebook.
Oh my God.
Tell
Ju-
it, sister.
Just take it easy until you have some commitment
Yes.
from this man.
Yeah.
Telling all your friends
Listen.
you're booed out.
And he's the one. He
And
may
he's the
not be
one.
And
one.
he
Exactly.
may not
Yeah,
be
you
the
just
one.
claim it. Stop
You
claiming
just
it.
claimed it saying Jesus told you. No, he didn't.
Take-
Jesus ain't saying nothing.
No.
Jesus didn't say nothing. It's your spirit.
You said
Your
it
spirit
yourself.
talking to
Right.
yourself. Come on.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes we really jump the gun
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
because we're so excited.
Yeah.
You know, I always say let the man lead in relationships.
Right.
If he wants a relationship with you, he will make it
He
known
will
to
make
you.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Trust and
Yeah.
believe. Because men are hunters.
Yeah.
So let him lead.
Right.
Don't have your own agenda. Just see what he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you don't want to move forward, don't.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have
That
to feel
just
like you
because you're
have to.
hunting me, I have a choice in that.
Final question. How can single women be content in their singleness?
Single women need to prepare. Prepare yourself to be a whole person. Prepare yourself. Being a wife is very, it's challenging, fulfilling, however, but you have to prepare. Mentor, link yourself up with a mentor, a married lady preferably, with a healthy marriage that's going to guide you and help you decide, like, this is what marriage looks like. What does a healthy marriage look like? A lot of people haven't seen that.
Right.
So you need to see what a healthy marriage looks like on a daily basis. So while you're single, prepare yourself, become whole. If you're not whole, get yourself whole. Go to whatever needs to be done, counseling, whatever you need, so that when the Lord sends you that man, you're ready for him. You don't want to be in a position where the husband is sent to you and you're not ready. You're still picking up pieces here and there. Whole means whole. My husband wasn't a half person when I met him. I wasn't my better half. We never took that on. We were like, we're whole people coming together to make a strong union and to be successful in our relationship.
So let me ask you this, because I can hear people in my head already, trying to answer. So, like, oh my God, she said, prepare and be whole.
Right.
So is it that when you say be whole, do they have to be perfect?
Not perfect.
Okay.
Not perfect. Just all these pieces that you need to those old relationships that you need to get over. Comparing, because women, we will compare. So that's why you have to get yourself emotionally. You have to be whole. You can't compare him to who you dated 5 years ago. He's just like that. No, he's that new person coming into your life, and you're new. Prepare yourself to be a wife, to nurture, to handle a household, to handle him as a man, to meet the needs, and to, don't like the word, but serve. I serve him to meet his needs so that no one else can, like I can do it.
Good. That's good.
Amen.
That's good.
Hey y'all, it's me again. Thank you for supporting us by watching and sharing this video. To further support, pre-order the 3rd book from the Uncommon Single series, Boundaries in Dating. This ebook will be available July 18th. Thank you.
Welcome back. This segment, we have a man reviews. We look at the men, check out the men. We're going to ask some questions. First question is going to Mr. Porter. What are some dating mistakes that women make?
On the short list, I would say going public with your relationship too soon on social media and sharing every detail, good or bad, whatever happens in that relationship on social media. And on the longer list, I would say having a list and not deviating from that list. And also not reciprocating, just receiving, and not ever giving back.
Because it's so true, As I said, we get so excited and we want to go share it, but then the relationship is still maturing, it's still trying to evolve into something beautiful, but because you're so excited, you kind of crush it.
Not only that, but you're inviting too many people into your business. And if you share everything, people, they feel like they have a right to ask questions.
Wow.
Then all of a sudden there's no more posts, and hey, what happened to that relationship? I was so invested in it. What happened?
And then they come off of social media, oh, I need a break, Yeah, and then you ask about it, it's a problem. They get mad. So fellas, when does a man decide to get married?
Well, for me, it was my heart. When I met my wife, she was everything that I wanted. She was everything that I needed. So I just, I asked the Lord, I had already asked the Lord about it in the beginning, and she was there.
Wow.
She was the apple of my eye. And nobody, my mom, nobody could tell me any different, because this was for me. This is what I wanted. She was everything.
One thing I noticed from watching season one, all the couples, all the men here, we knew early. It didn't take forever. So you can watch each video, which you should, and all the men knew early. Didn't take forever. And once you know, there's no changing your opinion, your mind, your heart is set.
Wow. So when you know, you know.
Yeah.
How was it for you, Charles?
I mean, a man ain't gonna do nothing unless he really has his heart set on doing that. If it ain't in his heart to do it, he's gonna basically beat around the bush until he's ready or not. So until he feels like doing that and proving it to himself, he's gonna do it.
Okay. During the finale episode, Kenna, you said something so important. You said that until a woman has the man's heart, she really doesn't have him, And you also went on to say that, the guy will give you everything, but until you have his heart. So it's almost like saying when a man decides to get married, his heart has to be in it. And if not, they'll string you along for many years, but until his heart is really secured and he feels safe with you, am I right, guys? Am I right about it? Right, that's when you make the move. That's when you make the decision, okay, this is her, she's the one.
Right.
All right, so this is my final question. to end our segment. Why do men disappear after an intimate connection? Why?
No, okay. Well, what to me, like part of that question would be more of like what standards did you put into that relationship, or what communication did you guys have? Because sometimes the woman may say that, you know what, we're in a relationship, and the guy's like, you know, I'm not ready. But in the same time, not ready might mean to me or to her, sometimes it might mean, you know, maybe let me give him some time, I'm just give him a little piece and he'll stick around. And then when he got that, he probably just knew that it was time. And sometimes it's the commitment thing, you know, because maybe he didn't want a commitment, maybe he just wanted you at the time, but you didn't take that as, you took it more as a relationship.
Because you thought she could change his mind.
Yeah.
So is it that, like, right after a man have sex in the beginning, like, it's almost like they zap back into reality.
Yes,
like,
sir.
you know, they get to, okay, I really didn't like her as I think I did. Oh,
Right.
yeah, as soon as they end the act. Or is it that, you know, they just, you know, because they didn't have an emotional connection first, he was out immediately after.
I mean, it goes 50-50. Sometimes the emotional connection can be there, and he still leaves, either due to he's confused, he can be scared, or, you know, it can be something that the woman did to turn him completely off altogether. It's not always on the man's, the ball isn't always on his court. Sometimes it's the woman that does something. Maybe she moves on. Maybe he found out some additional information. Maybe he wasn't first to get up in it. No one knows. But usually, from what we all know and see and hear, it's hit and quit. It's always hit and quit.
Anything you want to add, Mr. Porter?
I would say that, you know, just echoing what he said, it's pretty much he got what he wants, and he left. But not only that, but I even know that, you know, sometimes if there's something else there to keep a man, if he's really interested in you, he may have been after one thing in the beginning, but then, you know, realizes the type of person and character that you do have, and he'll stay around. So if he doesn't even stay around after that, then he truly was only after one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
Because some men view it as a trophy. Sometimes there are a group of men that hang together, or just in general, oh man, let's see who can get that first, this, that, and the third. So, you know, guy talk. And he goes for it. Once he gets it, oh yeah, you know, I got my bragging rights. Yeah, I got it. Just to prove a point. You know.
What advice can you tell these single women? Like, you know, because they think that sex can change a man's mind, or sex will make him marry her. What would you say to those women?
Don't feel it in his chest, he's not gonna stay. He might think on it, it might be on his brain, he might get different inputs from people he may ask, but if he really not feeling it, he's not gonna stay, no matter how much you give it to him.
I'm not saying he'll keep taking it while you're giving
Exactly.
it to him.
They want the milk, but they don't want the cow.
Mr. Diner, you look like you're thinking over there.
Real men, to me, real men don't tell. They keep this to themselves. They don't tell other men, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Real men, it has to come from the heart. And if the young lady says she's willing to wait, if he's a real man and this is the young lady that he thinks this is who he should be with, he will wait.
You will wait. Yeah.
There's no time limit on this.
Wow.
You know, this is love, and this is what you want.
And love
This
is
is what you
patient.
want. It's patient. It's kind.
So, where are we rushing to?
yeah, move
You know?
on.
Welcome back, guys. This was such a great reunion show. Like, we talked, we laughed. This was really good. But before we end tonight's reunion, I'm sure there's someone watching that, you know, is heartbroken, that wants to end their marriage, and they don't know. They're like, look, this is it. This is the breaking point. I would just like for you to just take a minute right now and just, you know, say a prayer for that person, encourage them, you know, just encourage them in the Lord.
Absolutely. we just ask you not to give up on love. We just come to the Lord in praying and asking Him, Father, in the name of Jesus, you know these couples' heart. You know who they are. You know them by name. And we just ask that you touch their hearts, and touch their minds, and give them that peace that passes all understanding, and help them to understand to wait and be of good courage, that you will strengthen their hearts. And don't give up on love. Don't give up on your marriage right now. And even to those single people who are in waiting, be of good courage as you wait. Be excited and happy for what's coming as you wait. But most of all, hang on to love, because Jesus is love. He showed us how to love. God is love. All the love that's surrounding us. You see the things that are good and perfect that the Lord has bestowed upon you. And stop looking and focusing on all the negatives. Look at the things that are good. Look at the positive things. Make your positive list and focus on that, and realize that love is something that is perfect, it is good, and it's from God. So we ask you to hold on. Don't give up so quickly. There is hope, and keep your hope. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.